Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your day. I'm Diego Castro. President Bongbong Marcos tackles geopolitics and other key issues in the World Economic Forum. Marcos says Asia-Pacific countries should reject Cold War mentality as they encounter growing pressures to take sides in the face of strong geopolitical rivalries. Gerard de la Peña with the report.
Grab chairman and CEO Anthony Tan hosted a dinner for President Bongbong Marcos in Davos on Monday. Other attendees include former British Prime Minister Tony Blair and business executives. This is just one of the many informal meetings on the sidelines of the World Economic Forum where Marcos Jr. hopes to lure more foreign investments. The president also graced a luncheon organized by the WEF Organizing Committee. He tackled the use of influence by a particular country to take control of a certain territory. Marcos Jr. said this should not be the case for the South China Sea.
Around the South China Sea, we all desire a more multipolar. However, the forces of us going back to that Cold War type of scenario where you have to choose one side or the other are strong.
He added that the Philippines will not take sides as much as possible.
The future of the Indo-Pacific, the future of Asia-Pacific, for example, cannot be determined by anyone but the countries of the Asia-Pacific. And that removes us immediately from that idea that you must choose. We choose our friends. We choose our neighbors. That's the choice that we have made.
In a country strategy dialogue for the Philippines, the chief executive said we are likely to post an economic growth of about 7% this year. He attributed that to fiscal discipline and structural reforms, among others. The second day of the forum saw Swiss President Alain Berset doing the opening speech. He is set to meet with Marcos Jr. for a dialogue on economic matters.
Wednesday would be the last day for the Philippine delegation at the World Economic Forum here in Davos. There would be meetings and dialogues, and this would be the opportunity for the officials to introduce the Maharlika Sovereign Wealth Fund to the global investing community, even if it has yet to be approved by the Congress. For News 5, Gerard de la Peña, We Are One News.
The Filipino Nurses United says the act of, quote, pirating Filipino nursing students is not new. This comes amid reports of the UK and Germany actively recruiting nursing students to address the demand for healthcare workers. FNU Vice President Eleanor Nolasco said there have been instances wherein foreign countries directly offer attractive packages to would-be nurses, something she describes as alarming.
This is not new. What was alarming?
You're still watching One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. Senators were shocked to find out in a hearing that based on data from the Foreign Affairs Department, no OFW has been acquitted from offenses committed in other countries in the first half of 2022. This is how senators reacted to this information.
Ibig sabihin, walang ginagawa yung ating mga taga-gobyerno.
Ibig sabihin, lahat convicted po sila, lahat convicted.
Kaya nga po, ibig sabihin, hindi po effective yung mga defense lawyers natin.
Baka yung mga tatakbuhin, sorry ha, pipitsugin mga abogadong nakakuha doon. Hindi yung mga di Campanilla. Kaya parang zero acquittal, lumilitaw. Kung hundreds po yung mga nakasuhan, actually thousands I've heard kanina, sinabi ni Senator Joel, thousands, and then a dozen lang ang acquitted. Well, sir, mukhang hindi yata maganda sa tenga po
We
yun.
would agree on that, but again, ang position ng DFA is the bottom line is they get legal representation kaysa wala, no? And
No, sorry sir, don't
yes.
say that. Kaysa wala, di po
Parang,
maganda.
sige, meron kayo, tapos bahala na
Kaysa
kayo sa
wala.
buhay niyo.
The DFA explains that zero acquittal does not automatically mean Filipinos facing charges abroad have been found guilty. That's despite the agency's record showing that over 1,000 cases have been concluded from January to June of last year. DFA data also show that only around a dozen Filipinos facing charges abroad are acquitted every year.
Kung hindi man na-acquit, hindi nabigyan ng maximum penalty, no? At saka, ibig sabihin din, siguro, zero acquittal does not mean na, baka mali lang yung pagkasulat, no? Lahat yun na hatulan na guilty, baka pending pa yung mga cases noon. I couldn't believe it with my own eyes. Kung acceptable sa akin, hindi ko itatanong ito. 1,278 concluded criminal cases. We don't get a lot of acquittals. That's the fact. We don't get a lot of acquittals. We don't. Usually, maximum, maybe less than a dozen a year, maybe. Kasi nangyayari dyan, most of the time, ang nangyayari, paano natutunan ng Filipino, na nasa-settle, hindi na dumidiretso pa sa kaso sa para
Okay, so yung
Let's
nagbibigay ng
I'm
blood
sorry,
money
Mr. Chairman.
ng mga
I'm sorry,
OFW.
Mr. Chairman. This is not acceptable. You don't say na hindi nawawala. These are facts. These are figures that we have in our hand. We wanted to find out, tama si Mr. Chairman, ilan yung na-acquit? Kung walang na-acquit, what the hell are we doing here?
The University of the Philippines conferred the UP Gawad Award Oblation to 38 alumni and friends. Outgoing UP President Danilo Concepcion said the award is given to these individuals for their, quote, extraordinary service with or in the name of the university. Awardees include business moguls like Metro Pacific Chairman and President Manny V. Pangilinan. Other members of the private sector who received the award include Meralco CEO Ray Espinosa, San Miguel's Ramon Ang, and Robinson's Robina Gokongwei. UP also granted the Gawad Oblation Award to government officials like Senator Mark Villar, Finance Secretary Ben Diokno, Baguio City Mayor Ben Magalong, and Cavite Governor John Vic Remulla, among others. Here are other headlines we're keeping our eyes on. Starting this week, motorists may now traverse all expressways in Luzon using a single RFID. This is through the interoperability of the two RFID systems, EasyTrip and AutoSweep. Breads and pastries may soon burn a hole in your pockets. Local bakers will likely make price adjustments due to the rising price of eggs in the local market. The National Economic Development Authority, or NEDA, expresses support for the proposal to impose taxes on luxury items. NEDA Undersecretary Rosemary Edilon says the measure proposed by Albay Representative Joey Salceda could help the government boost its revenues. And that's it for this hour. Join us again at 7:45 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register an account now at signalplay.com.ph so you can stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Diego Castro. We are One News, all sides, all the time.